I am an online reseller as well as a self-proclaimed treasure hunter, but my real passion is in finding a great story. So make sure you subscribe because each week I'm bringing you my coolest finds and telling you their amazing stories. I found some amazing things at the flea market.
Hey guys, so today we're gonna be doing something a little bit differently today.
Okay, you guys all sit at home thinking that my brother is some like angel that's pushed around by his older brother. I think that after this day at the flea market, I have compiled enough evidence to prove to you that he is a jerk. First of all, it was like 6 in the morning. I was very tired. I had a hard time even getting out of bed. I was like 30 seconds late. Listen to what he tells me.
You're late.
Rude, right? So we get to the flea market and there's all kinds of amazing stuff. One of the very first things that I see are these antique flintlock guns. Now these would have been from the 19th century. These would have been made when we were still using musket balls. So these are like pre-contemporary bullets. These are super cool. I love them, but on the platforms that I sell on, I can't sell guns, so I can't get these, unfortunately. The next thing that I found, I did end up getting, and I am not ashamed of it. How many of you guys have seen one of these things before? This is one of those things that I see and I cannot leave behind. I've never seen one. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it's cool. I don't even know what somebody does with something like this. It is an entire crocodile hide. So like, I'm sure people make like purses and boots and things out of this, but like I've never seen like the entire crocodile, like it's gonna be a rug. It has the tail. Look, it's got all these like scales on it. Oh my gosh, it's huge. And it kind of scares me. They wanted $50 for this. That's a little high, but I wanted it. It was cool, and I needed this in my life, so I bought the crocodile hide. The next thing that I found was really cool, and this is one of those things that I really debated whether or not I wanted to sell it or keep it for myself. It's this insane mid-century modern chrome lamp. Now this is super cool. It's got an amazing look to it. It's very clean, very streamlined. The seller only wanted $30 for this, and this is from a designer named Werner Panton. Werner Panton was a mid-century modern lamp designer who was born in the mid-1920s and lived to the mid-1990s. Werner Panton actually opened up his own lighting studio in 1955, where he made some of the coolest mid-century modern lamps, including these kind of things here. Look at the light bulb actually has a reflector on the inside that would shoot the light up into the inside of the shade. So these lamps are really cool, and they go anywhere from $100 to $700. So to pay $30 on this was kind of a no-brainer for me. You guys, where in the world would somebody put these things? These are super cool. These are made entirely out of car parts. Car parts. So the base, these planters that these trees are in, are made out of old bumpers, and these are tail lights that are right here on the bottom. Then the tree trunks actually have maker's marks from Harley Davidson. So these are old vintage Harley Davidson tailpipes. These are crazy. They're super cool. They're kind of amazing. The amount of work that would have had to go into making something like this is insane. This flea market is insane, you guys. It's only natural that at some point during the day, I'm gonna need a coffee break. It may seem really nice that my brother offered to get me a coffee. Look at what he does when somebody shorter than him gets in front of him. This is unacceptable behavior. You are a jerk. So after my coffee break, I ended up finding something really, really amazing that I wanted that I couldn't have, but I wanted to show it to you guys. This is from the Yoruba people of Nigeria. So this is a full body costume that was made from the Yoruba people in West Africa. And they would have worn this for a ceremony called Gungun. This would have been an entire dance ceremony. There was drums and there was music and there was dancing, and it's a big celebration. This would have been the equivalent of Mexico's Day of the Dead. And it's sort of a celebration to connect with the spirits of loved ones who have crossed over. But the amount of work that would have had to have gone into something like this is incredible, because all of these panels that you're looking at are hand beaded, it's all hand done, and each headdress and costume is totally different. And the fact that they had one of these was amazing. I really, really wanted it. If I could have gotten it for a good price, I would have definitely pick this up. They wanted $300 for it, so I ended up leaving this here, unfortunately. I felt better after that immediately because the next booth literally had a goat. How can you be upset at anything in the world if there is a baby goat that's just crying for love in a little playpen? Oh my. So the next thing that I found was super cool, and I did end up getting this because I was able to get it for a really good price. This is a mace from Iran, and this would have been used to honor one of the characters in a sacred book called the Persian Book of Kings. And one of the warriors in this book actually had one of these, and at the time it would have been used as a weapon, but over the years these would have been made to symbolize good over evil, order over chaos, so they're very important to this culture, and this particular one is beautifully made. It's all hand done. The metal has incredible etched detailing to it. Everything is hand done. So something like this is really, really cool, and they were only asking $40 for this. I was super excited to find something like this just because of the historical significance. You guys, I want you to watch my brother with this rug. This thing is massive. So this is a Danish mid-century Raya shag carpet. What's cool about this is they're kind of difficult to find, and this particular one is a great size. It's got really, really good coloring that's really easy to kind of incorporate into a lot of different environments, which is really helpful when you're looking at something like this. It's in good condition. And my brother just absolutely had to have it. Only paid $75 for this, and he can probably sell it anywhere from $500 to $1,000, which is kind of awesome. One of the other cool mid-century things that I found was this. This thing may look terrifying, but it actually has a really cool story. This was a line called Little Miss No Name, and what's interesting about this is this was created at a time when Barbie was kind of at her peak, and she was the girl that had everything. She had the giant house and the pink Corvette, and then Hasbro decided to release this, which is kind of terrifying. Her hands are out in like a begging fashion, and she was released in a burlap bag. Hasbro's idea back in the day in releasing something like this was to do the exact opposite of Barbie in creating a doll that didn't have everything but had absolutely nothing. So they literally created a doll that was crying with big eyes, that's begging for money, wearing a burlap sack. The way that you can know if the doll that you're looking at is actually made from Hasbro in the 1960s, because they do have different variations of these. It has the Hasbro mark on the back of the head along with the date, which helps because then you can easily tell when these were made. This doesn't have the burlap dress. It would have originally had a tear on the face that had fallen off at some point, so she would have been crying, which is also really sad. Nobody wanted these, so they stopped making them fairly quick, and there's not a lot of them out there. So if you do find these, they can go anywhere from $70 to $300 depending on the one that you found, depending on condition. She was only $30, so I took a risk. I ended up getting this one. The last thing that I found was super cool. It's a vintage trench art mortar shell lamp. So this was made out of an old mortar. You can kind of see, like, it's got like the little missile fins on the back, and somebody made this into a lamp, which is awesome. And they only wanted $25 for this, so of course I'm like gonna grab this. I love it. I think it's something like this has a lot of history to it. You can't really go wrong at a price like that, so I grabbed this. We filled the car up with so many amazing things. So it was a really, really good day. I'm super excited about all of the stuff that we found. I feel like we did really, really well, and I feel like we found some amazing things. There was amazing history today. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do it now so you don't miss future episodes. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.